Well, we had a big snowstorm in Minnesota a few weeks ago. Seems impossible now because, of course, it's all gone and spring is well underway. But we hadn't gotten much during the winter, and this was such a glorious, classic snowstorm, you know. And I had just received the gift of a new snowblower from my father-in-law. So I was just feeling like a superhero, really, because I live in a neighborhood, and you know, I was just going down house to house, blowing out their driveways and saving all the women and children. I also want to just acknowledge the fact that there are folks at home watching on the computer, which is really weird. That is really weird. This is a first for me, but I'm excited, and you know, so thanks for tuning in. Or how do you say that? You don't say tuning in. Booting up. Thanks for booting up. So I'll play this in honor of our snowstorm. Cannot make one in the sky where the careless creatures fly. Careless creatures fly. You cannot make one in your home where your heart is safe and dry. Your heart is safe and dry. Only down on the ground in the cold can you make an angel in the snow. You cannot on a summer day, it will only melt away, only melt away. You cannot when you're standing tall, only lowly as you lay, lowly as you lay, only down on the ground in the cold can you make an angel in the snow. Cannot make one in paradise. That's the place where the angels die, where the winter seems like a distant dream and the cold has been forgotten. So get your coat, venture out, find a place upon the ground, place upon the ground. When you think that you were better off inside, that's when you should be falling down, only down on the ground in the cold can you make an angel in the snow. Only down on the ground in the cold can you make an angel in the snow. Oh, 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 Thank you. Well, this next song was actually inspired by Colorado, and driving around Colorado and thinking about these mountains, and sort of pondering how old the earth is, how old these mountains are, and if I were a mountain and I could somehow witness the passing of time as a mountain might witness it, I think it's challenging for us human beings to be learning things like how old the earth is, and when you hear numbers like 4.5 billion, 4,500 million, even 1 million, it's just so impossible really to conceive of that kind of a thing. And yet I think that's kind of our job these days, is to try and understand the forces that brought us here and the sort of the life, the nature of this planet. And so this song is sort of a little bit of an encounter with a mountain.
Driving near Mount Charbonneau, it seemed to be looking me over, feeling that gaze down below. I pulled the car off on the shoulder. Staring at the rock and the sky, my heart began beating more slowly, till I lost track of time, forgot where it was I was going. Suddenly I saw life from the brink. I watched an age pass me by like a wing. For just one heartbeat I believe I could think like a mountain. Mountain, we measure our lives by tens and by 20 years only. Teach us the ways of a 1,000,000-year mind, what a 1,000,000-year heart could behold. Suddenly I saw life from the brink. I watched an age pass me by like a wing. For just one heartbeat I believe I could think like a mountain. And oh, if I'm wise, I will strive and I'll pray to turn that one ticking time into a day, and lead this poor picture flashlight in that way. Yeah. Like a mountain. Like a mountain.
Thank you. I've been writing a few songs, and I'd like to share a couple of those with you. My brother, actually Kevin's dad, gave me a book for Christmas. And it's called The Elegant Universe. Anybody ever read it before? Yeah? Did you make it through all the way? Yeah. I haven't either. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't either made it. And anyway, it's about string theory. And string theory is quantum physics, talking about the very, very, very small, the smallest perceivable things in science, the building blocks of everything. And let's see, okay, hold on. See how I can't talk? Yeah, I gotta stop talking. So anyway, this book is a difficult read for me. I'm about halfway through. I had to put it down for a couple of months, but it's confirmation that life is really strange, and the world is very strange. And my wife and I actually a few years back we were talking about the fact that we decided that a great epitaph, something written on your tombstone, a great epitaph would be, "That was weird." So I haven't written or haven't finished the book, but I sort of got a song out of it already. I'm standing on a planet, breathing in the atmosphere. Waves vibrating in the air are beating on my ears. Invisible forces are holding me down. I am spinning faster than the speed of sound. Being bombarded by electromagnetic beams, shining through my body, shining red and blue and green. 100 million signals are racing through my brain. Guess it must be just another ordinary day. I live in 11 dimensions, 7 more than I can see. Where matter equals light, and I am made of energy. It's all expanding from one microscope
microscopic grain. Guess it must be just another ordinary day. An ordinary day for me and Captain Kirk. Every fact is so absurd in this science fiction world. An ordinary day in the merry land of Oz, the psychedelic mind of God, the phantasmic universe. There's a giant black hole in the center of the galaxy. There's a blueprint of my bones in every single cell of me. And everything with weight is warping time and space. Guess it must be just another ordinary day. An ordinary day for Mad Hatters having tea. Oompa Loompas making sweets in this Willy Wonky-ality. An ordinary day for alarm clocks that beep, wake me from my sleep, just to wake up in this dream. Just another ordinary day. 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 Thank you.
Well, this is a request, Joey, or is she around? Meanwhile, I can kill a little time. I can tell you a story. Maybe I'll tell you a story. I got a good story about my wife, who we were talking during Christmas time, before Christmas, about some of the gifts that we always wanted. Hi, Joey. I guess I'm going to stop telling the story now, but I'll finish it. So for Christmas, we were talking about the gifts that we wanted when we were kids, but we never got. And my wife said that she always wanted a light bright and an easy bake oven. Yeah. And apparently her mother did not get these things because she felt that they were electronic and electrical, and that there could be some danger there for children. So she never got the gift for her. And Beth was really kind of sore about this. So I decided I was going to get them for her. And so I went out and I bought one of each, and I gave them one to her mom and one to her dad, because I thought this would be a very healing process for her. So she received them, very surprisingly. She received them, and I think she was excited about it. But the funniest thing of all was after she got them for Christmas, and a couple of weeks went by, and there was, that's right, a recall on easy bake ovens. Children were getting burned. Yeah. So her mom was right. The whole time she was right. Well, Joey, I'm delighted that you like this song. I'll be interested. Maybe we talk afterwards as to why. This is fascinating for me. But anyway, this song is sort of about the American dream, I guess you could say. All right, here we go.
Played it out in my head so many times before. I'm fixing dinner at home and there's a knock on the door. He holds the check out in his hands. Oh my God, it's Ed McMahon. Every night I pray to God above me to send his love along with lots of money. 'Cause in my heart I feel him calling me to easy street. Easy street. Easy street. Swimming down at the Y for exercise is hard. When I know God could provide me with a pool in my yard. And I could meet my... It's live, everybody on the web. This is really live. And I could meet my deeper needs with a couple thousand more square feet. Every night I pray to God above me to send his love along with lots of money. 'Cause in my heart I feel him calling me to easy street. Easy street. Easy street. A master bath with double sinks would help me out for sure. A TV screen as high as me might be the only cure for this middle class depravity. The sacrifices I endure. Deliver me, oh God. This is a guitar solo part. And so I pray for the day when all my worries are gone. The lottery and the sweepstakes, I play them all. And though my faith has made me strong, these days I'm barely hanging on. Every night I pray to God above me to send his love along with lots of money. 'Cause I believe he has a plan for me on easy street. Grant us peace, oh God, and feed the hungry. And don't forget to give me lots of money. 'Cause I believe you have a plan for me on everybody now. Street, easy street, easy street, easy street. Harmonies. Easy street, easy street, easy street. Thanks, Joey.
I had a great, just sort of scatterbrained moment when I was traveling just a couple weeks ago I was playing on the other side of Chicago from me, which would be Indiana. And so I had a couple shows in Indiana. And, you know, when you're driving through Chicago, it's all you think about is getting through Chicago, you know. And it stresses me out just knowing I got to drive through Chicago. Going around it is way longer, so it's an odyssey. And so on my way home, I thought I'm going to get a jump on it, and I left after my show on Sunday night, actually. I left after the show, and I thought, God dang it, I'm going to drive through Chicago in the middle of Sunday night, which is no guarantee that you'll get through anytime, you know, soon. But I got to my hotel about 2 in the morning, and I was very relieved and just grateful to have gotten about an hour on the other side of Chicago. And then the next morning, I checked out of my hotel room, and I headed out, and I was driving for about an hour, and I started to see Chicago. I had gone the wrong way, ladies and gentlemen, the wrong way on I-90 for 1 hour. Yeah, that was an awful, awful moment. All right. Maybe intermission, we'll get that tuner from you, John. Farmer John wandered back. When he reached the pumpkin patch, he began to speak. He said the weather's getting colder, summer is over and it's almost Halloween. That's the day, the reason you were raised, when everything about your life will change. You will have eyes to see, and for that night you'll be bright lamp burning in the darkness. Remember that candle shines for only the briefest time in a jack-o'-lantern's heart. Pumpkins held a meeting then. Some were very apprehensive and afraid. Could this really happen to us? What could be the meaning is what they were saying. This is home, it's all we've ever known. Then one bold, outspoken pumpkin spoke. Said, I don't need eyes to see. Sounds like a lie to me, like it's just fine here in John's garden. Remember that candle shines for only the briefest time in a jack-o'-lantern's heart. There is much to ask, to ponder in the pumpkin patch, when imposing old October shows up at Then a pumpkin from the farther end, who
had been silent up to then. Over the commotion said, what would you rather have, my friends? A chance to shine or die here on the vine. The better way seems very plain to me. You will have eyes to see, and for that night you will be a bright lamp burning in the darkness. And maybe that candle shines for only the briefest time in a jack-o'-lantern's heart. Over one goblin smile, make it all well worthwhile. You might even see the starlight. Knowing that time is brief makes it that much more sweet. You have a jack-o'-lantern, jack-o'-lantern's heart. You have a jack-o'-lantern, jack-o'-lantern.
Thank you.
In the ever-shifting waters of the river of this life, I was swimming, seeking comfort. I was wrestling waves to find a boulder I could cling to, a stone to hold me fast, where I'd let the fretful waters of this river around me pass. So I found an anchor, a blessed resting place, a trusty rock I called my Savior, for there I would be safe from the river and its dangers, and I proclaim my rock divine, and I prayed to it protect me, and the rock replied, God is a river, not just a stone. God is a wild raging rapids and a slow meandering flow. God is a deep and narrow passage, a peaceful sandy shore. God is a river swimmer, so let go. Still I clung to my rock tightly, with conviction in my arms, never looking at the stream to keep my mind from thoughts of harm. But the river kept on coming, kept on tugging at my legs, till at last my fingers faltered and I was swept away. So I'm going with the flow now, these relentless twists and bends, acclimating to the motion and a sense of being led. And this river is like my body now, it carries me along through the ever-changing scenes and by the rocks that sing this song. God is a river, not just a stone. God is a wild raging rapids and a slow meandering flow. God is a deep and narrow passage, a peaceful sandy shore. God is a river swimmer, so let go. God is the river swimmer, so let go. Thanks, John. When I was a boy, each week, Sunday we would go to church and pay attention to the priest. He would read the holy word and consecrate the holy bread. Everyone would kneel and bow. Today the only difference is everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. When I was in Sunday school, we would learn about the time Moses split the sea in two and Jesus made the water wine. I remember feeling sad. Miracles don't happen still, but now I can't keep track, 'cause everything's a miracle. Everything's a miracle. Wine from water is not so small, but an even better magic trick is that anything is here at all. So challenging thing becomes not to look for miracles, but finding where there isn't one. When holy water was rare at best, barely wet my fingertips, but now I have to hold my breath like I'm swimming in a sea of it. It used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-down, but I walk it with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. Read questioning child's face, say it's not a testament. That'd be very hard to say. See another new morning come, say it's not a sacrament. Tell you that it can't be done. This morning outside I stood, saw a little red-winged bird shining like a burning bush, singing like a scripture verse. It made me want to bow my head. I remember when church let out, how things have changed since then. Everything is holy now. Used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-down, but I walk it with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now.
Thank you. This next song, inspired by my hometown, which has a lot of Harley riders coming through it in the summertime. They're all pent up from the winter. And we had an 80 degree day in March, and I think it was in the March, and it was just very bizarre for Minnesota. And sure enough, man, the roads were just filled with motorcycle riders, and they just must have been ecstatic when they read the forecast, But anyway. But Harleys are interesting because I think that the average Harley rider has sort of changed. The profile of the Harley rider has changed over the years. Whereas years ago, it really seemed to be sort of people living life on the edge a little bit, kind of not fitting into the mainstream. And now it's people with really good jobs because they're very expensive, these bikes. And so this is a song that celebrates the new breed of Harley rider.
You might think I'm a banker, and on weekdays it's true, but underneath this poly cotton blend is a skeleton tattoo, which I got when I was drinking, and I'm showing off this weekend on my brand new Harley Davidson. I may work in an office and look respectable and clean, but you should see me dressed in leather on my American machine. You would swear that I'm blue collar on my $15,000 deluxe brand new Harley Davidson. Oh, come Friday evening, I don't shower, I don't shave, and I put my little earring in, and it's time to misbehave. Yes, I'll clean your teeth on Monday, put braces in your mouth, but don't flash them at me Sunday, boy, or I just might knock them out. Yeah. My psychologist, he told me it's important that I ride, so I recreate my warrior who is pent up 9 to 5. And it's therapy for hours on my $20,000 deluxe brand new Harley Davidson. Oh, I kick off my loafers, put on my big black boots, I swear and curse while I rehearse for my nasty attitude. Yeah, I'll do your taxes Tuesday so you get some money back. But call me CPA on Saturday. I have to kick your ass. Oh yeah. Na, na, na. not in a costume, a bit of junk bond unreal. I am an archetypal man astride a stallion made of steel. I'm a rebel, I'm a gangster, whiskey drinking prankster on my brand new Harley Davidson. Harley Davidson, yeah. Harley Davidson. Harley Davidson. Thank you.
This is called Africa.
They say the sights and sounds down in Africa seem like ones you've seen and heard before, even though you arrive for the very first time. You have a sense of returning. They say there is a dream down in Africa, between the eastern mountains and the coast. It's a dream to survive, a dream of standing upright, setting out on a new life. So I say to my hands, can you remember Africa? I say to my feet, do you remember Africa? Do you remember? Do you remember Africa? You can hear a song down in Africa. What are the words after this? Anyone know the words of this song? You can hear a song down in Africa. Sung 10,000? Yes. Years before. It's a song that you know. Those are the words. It's a song I used to know. Rising up from the bones, and it's telling your story. There is a human heart born in Africa, beating now for eons. It is your own, a tenacious ancient will, quite alive inside you still, and it's dreaming on, it's dreaming on. So I say to my hands, can you remember Africa? I say to my feet, do you remember Africa? Do you remember? Do you remember? So I say to my hand, can you remember Africa? Say to my feet, do you remember?
song inspired by pubs in Ireland. Which are smoke-free now. How did that happen?
Is not too far from here, where not a soul, the story goes, ever pays for beer. And Molly O'Malley's patrons understand that the players' fees a pint of threes. Everyone's in the band, everybody's in the band. Yeah. Some join in with voices, some with pipes or reeds, some in the band clap their hands or laugh and slap their knees. Some are still and listen with attentive eyes and ears, and it's always strange that the music changes when they disappear. When they disappear. Over the doorway painted bold, the question begs your pardon. Is this a place of many souls or just one very large one? Over the bar another reads, are there many songs or just one that goes on and on? And Molly O'Malley's, they go chair to chair, and each one croons a little tune they would like to share. Some are sad, some happy, singing has its rules, but you can't be shy and you cannot lie, but you sing a song that's true. Sing a song that's true. Souls or just one very large one. Over the bar another reads, are there many songs or just one that goes on and on? Oh, when the night is over, for the last farewell, they find the jar on the bar and kindly tip themselves. Molly O'Malley's patrons understand that the players' fees a pint or threes. Everyone's in the band, everybody's in the band. Thank you. This is sort of a children's book, sort of a children's story of a song, little songs. That didn't really come out right, did it? You guys are cut off. What was I was trying to say, this is a little children's book of a song. That's kind of what I was trying to say. It's a little bit of a fable sort of a thing, and it's inspired by water. And water is sort of the thing that sort of connects us all in this globe. And that's all I'm going to say about the song. There's a street in a river town, and on that street is Mary's house. By the house is a deep ravine, running there's a magic stream. Laughing over the sand and rocks, it runs the length of Mary's block. Another mile to the riverside, and 1,000 more to the ocean. Why? Hey. Now down in that ravine one day, by the water Mary lay, put her hand in the shallow stream, and Mary had a magic dream. She imagined that inside her stirred all the waters of the earth, every puddle, every creek, and every one of the 7 seas. She could feel the fishes roaming in her fingers and her toes, and in her chest the Gulf Stream. Oh. Ever since her dream that day, people say that Mary's changed, but they sympathize when they suppose it must be strange to be the ocean. She senses when the salmon swim and hurricanes lick her skin. Asia tickles her left arm, and the moon above tugs her heart. Front is day, her back is night. She recollects the dawn of life. Tidal waves run up her spine, and lightning tingles when it strikes. She can feel the fishes roaming in her fingers and her toes, and in her chest, the Gulf Stream. Oh. And all this happens, so it seems, because of Mary's magic stream. But some will say that lakes and wells, even rain can cast a spell. And every water drop you ask tells a tale of oceans vast. So careful when you take a drink, 'cause there's magic in the kitchen sink. Yukon Sally lives on the mountainside. Yukon Sally, she likes to mountain climb. She has a pack and an old canteen, 100 little things that she has seen, 100 stories if you've got a while. And Helicopter Joe lives down the road a ways. Helicopter Joe flies passengers all day up to the highest peak around, takes a photograph and takes them down so they can verify their lofty claims. Joe calls Sally every now and then, says, "Come on, Sally, have a little sense. And mountain climbing is a silly waste of time. Got a way you can skip all that, get you to the top in minutes flat." Sally just shakes her head, smiles wide and says, "Think I'd rather climb." Joe sells rides to the hurried working class. They want sights, they want to see them fast. They say this is nice and I hate to rush, but we can catch a bite if we hurry up. Maybe do the ocean after that. Sally dallies in the scent of evergreen, or cools her feet in a chilly mountain stream. Stays outside when the sky grows dark, walks in time to her beating heart, and meditates a moment at the peak. Joe calls Sally every now and then. He says, "Come on, Sally, have a little sense. Then mountain climbing is a silly waste of time. I've got a way you can skip all that, get you to the top in minutes flat." Sally just shakes her head, smiles wide and says, "Think I'd rather climb." She says, "Joe, the climbing is half the joy. You might reach the peak, but that's not the point." Joe says, "Sally, you're a mystery to me." Yukon Sally lives on the mountain side.
Thanks, you guys.